Let's be real. If you think cutting back on coffee, using budgeting apps, or praying your 9-to-5 paycheck stretches through the month is the golden path to financial freedom, you're not alone. But you are misinformed. Because the wealthy, they're not clipping coupons. They're not obsessing over gas prices. And they're definitely not relying on a savings account with 0.04% interest. While most people are stuck in the cycle of earning and spending, the top 1% are quietly acquiring income-producing assets that compound wealth, even while they sleep, go on vacation, or sip wine at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. So here's the hard truth. Wealth is not just earned, it's built. And according to Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the rich don't work for money, they make money work for them. This video exposes 10 powerful, under-the-radar wealth-building assets that the rich use daily to multiply their money, assets so strategic, they almost feel like legal cheat codes. Ready to finally understand what they never taught you in school? Then buckle up, because we're diving into the game behind the game, starting with asset number 10, private equity investments, owning the golden goose before it lays its first egg. Forget Wall Street. The truly rich don't wait until a company goes public to invest. They get in before the spotlight, before CNBC ever mentions it, before your friend Gary starts pitching it at BBQs. This is called private equity, owning shares of private companies before they're listed on stock exchanges. Think Uber before it exploded, Airbnb before it became a verb, Stripe before it processed $1. And no, this isn't some underground gambling game. The 1% don't toss cash into random businesses and pray. They gain exclusive access to deals vetted by teams of analysts, attorneys, and financial experts, often through elite networks, family offices, or private equity funds. While the average person rides the roller coaster of public markets, reacting to headlines and Reddit threads, the rich are playing chess behind the curtain, planting seeds in companies with explosive potential, long before the public even knows they exist. It's quiet, it's calculated, and when it pays off, it changes bloodlines. Asset number 9, real estate syndications. Get paid without swinging a hammer. You've probably heard someone say, real estate builds wealth. They weren't wrong, but they weren't telling the whole story. While most people imagine being a landlord as a path to riches and end up chasing rent payments and fixing toilets, the rich take a smarter route: real estate syndications. Here's how it works. A professional team called the sponsor finds and manages high-value properties, apartment complexes, office buildings, storage units, you name it. Wealthy investors, called limited partners, contribute capital to fund the deal. Everyone gets paid, but only one group is unclogging sinks. It's not the 1%. This isn't just passive income, it's luxuriously passive income. You get cash flow, quarterly returns, equity in appreciating properties, and insane tax advantages. We're talking depreciation write-offs, 1031 exchanges, and cost segregation that can make 6 figures of taxable income disappear faster than your Wi-Fi during a Zoom call. Robert Kiyosaki's rule is simple. You want to own assets that pay you, not ones that make you pay. Syndications are exactly that. Asset number 8, digital intellectual property, the asset that prints money while you sleep. What if you could work once and get paid forever? Welcome to digital intellectual property, the money tree of the information age. Think ebooks, online courses, subscription communities, royalty-based music or design, media licensing, templates, plugins, PDFs, create once, sell infinitely. The 1% love this game because it has no shelf life, no inventory costs, and nearly zero replication expense. Imagine you write a short ebook, build a course, or record a podcast. Every download, every click, every reuse is like another golden coin dropping into your bank account, 24/7, 365 days. While the masses scroll endlessly on TikTok and YouTube, the 1% own the content those masses consume. Kiyosaki once said, "The richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work." Owning intellectual property is how you stop working for every dollar and start letting digital assets work for you. Asset number 7. Income-producing land, the sleeping giant of passive wealth. Land, yes land, but not just buy and hope it goes up. We're talking income-producing land, farmland that rents to agricultural businesses, timberland that grows and gets harvested while you nap, billboard leases that advertisers pay for, month after month, cell towers on rural property. It's like renting out nature itself, except you don't have to mow the grass or fix a roof. Kiyosaki teaches that true wealth comes from owning things that generate cash flow. Land does that, quietly and consistently, and with incredible tax advantages. Best part, they're not making more of it. And while stocks crash, markets wobble and crypto spirals, land just sits there, earning. It's boring, stable, peaceful, kind of like that slow cooker meal that smells amazing all day and fills your house with comfort at dinner. The rich don't chase shiny, they buy boring, because boring over time builds empires. Asset number 6. Startup equity and angel investing. High risk, massive legacy. Imagine this. You invest in 10 startups, 8 fail, 1 breaks even, but one becomes the next Amazon. Welcome to angel investing, the Shark Tank play of the ultra-wealthy. Now don't confuse this with playing the lottery. The 1% don't throw money at half-baked ideas. They fund founders with track records, business models that scale, industries about to explode, like AI, fintech, clean energy, biotech. Kiyosaki says, "It's not about how much money you make, it's about how smart your money behaves." Angel investing is high risk, yes, but when it hits, it's life-altering. It's not about making a living, it's about changing generations. And the best part, the wealthy don't just bring money, they bring connections, strategy and credibility, multiplying the value of their investment beyond the check they wrote. Think of it like planting 10 trees. Most might grow small, one may die, but one grows so tall it shades your entire family tree for generations. Before we dive into the next asset, if this is opening your eyes to how the rich really build wealth, not through luck, not through lottery, but through strategy and structure, hit that like button if you're done playing small with your money. And if you want more powerful insights like this, subscribe now and turn on the bell so you never miss a move the 1% make quietly, while the rest of the world stays loud and broke. Let's keep going. Asset number 5. Whole life insurance, the secret vault of the ultra-rich. Let's be honest, when you hear life insurance, your eyes probably glaze over, but the 1% know something most people don't. Whole life insurance isn't just for death benefits. It's a living, breathing, wealth-building machine. Here's how Robert Kiyosaki and the rich use it. They overfund specially designed policies to build massive cash value. That cash value grows tax-deferred, and they can borrow against it tax-free. The policy becomes a private vault, immune to market crashes, creditors, and taxation. Imagine your money in a golden box that never stops growing, even when you take loans against it. That's infinite banking. It's like cloning your dollars, using one to fund real estate, another to invest in a startup, and still keeping the original in the vault growing interest. The average person sees insurance as a bill. The rich see it as a bank, quiet, protected, powerful. If there's one thing Robert Kiyosaki keeps repeating, it's this: don't work for money, make money work for you. These 10 assets, they're not hype, they're the blueprints. The rich don't hustle harder, they leverage smarter. They don't save pennies, they own streams that pour dollars. The question is, are you ready to stop living paycheck to paycheck and start building wealth the rich dad way? Because these assets, they don't care if you're 25 or 55, they just care if you're ready. Asset number 4, private credit. Be the bank, not the borrower. Let me ask you something. Why do most people beg banks for a loan, while the wealthy become the bank? Sounds wild, right? But this is one of the most misunderstood wealth-building strategies in Robert Kiyosaki's arsenal. Private credit, also known as hard money lending. Here's how it works. While the average person parks $50,000 in a high-yield savings account, earning a humble 0.5%, the 1% deploy that same $50,000 as a loan, charging 8% to 15% interest, secured by real tangible assets, like real estate, vehicles, or inventory. Let that sink in. They're not working harder. They're letting their money hustle 24/7, like a silent employee that never asks for time off. Let's bring it to life. Imagine your friend wants to buy a car, but instead of going to the dealership's finance department, they come to you. You lend them the money. You keep the car's title as collateral, and they pay you interest until the loan is repaid. Worst case scenario, they default. You keep the car. Best case, you make a healthy return while sipping coffee and watching Netflix. Now scale that up. Instead of a car, it's a duplex. Instead of your buddy, it's a professional real estate investor who needs fast capital. And instead of doing it once, you do it 10 times a year across multiple deals. That's private lending. And the rich love it because it offers something few investments do: control. They don't have to pray the market goes up, or worry about emotional Reddit traders tanking their stocks. They choose the terms, they pick the deals, they own the risk and reward. As Kiyosaki says, the rich don't just invest, they control assets. Private credit turns your cash into a weapon. Quiet, clean, contractual, like a legal money printer you can manage from your phone. Asset number 3, owning systems. Let the machines make the money. Now let's flip the script. Most people dream of starting a business. They want to be the CEO, the visionary, the boss. But the rich, they'd rather own the system that runs the business without having to clock in. This is where Kiyosaki's teachings get laser focused. Don't work for your business. Build a business that works for you. The ultra-wealthy buy franchises, invest in licensing deals, and acquire systems that are already profitable, scalable, and optimized for growth. It's not about reinventing the wheel, it's about buying the wheel, then letting someone else spin it. Let's break it down. Franchises. Have you ever heard of someone buying a McDonald's? They didn't invent the Big Mac. They bought the system, the branding, the training, the supply chain, the marketing engine, all handed to them in a playbook. And it doesn't stop at burgers. There are franchises for gyms, like Anytime Fitness, education centers, like Kumon, Mathnasium, cleaning services, tax prep, even vending machines. You're not starting from scratch. You're buying into a money printing machine that's already working. Then, once it's running, you hire managers and operators, and you step back, because the goal isn't more stress. The goal is freedom, licensing deals. Now here's a stealth move. Why run the bakery when you can license your secret recipe to someone else and get paid every time they sell a loaf? Licensing turns your intellectual property, your ideas, processes, branding, into cash-generating blueprints. It's like handing someone the keys to your castle, while you collect a toll every time someone walks through the gate. Robert Kiyosaki calls this leverage, the ultimate wealth principle. You're multiplying your income without multiplying your effort. If you got value from this and you're not just here to consume, but to build your wealth mindset, comment below. I will be a producer, not just a consumer. And when I see your comment, I'll know you're part of the 1% in the making. Want the rest of the list? Assets 2 and 1 are coming next, and they're even more powerful. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell, because the journey to financial freedom isn't a secret, it's just a strategy. And now, you've got the map. Asset number 2, equity in operating companies. Let others work while you profit. This one is sleek, quiet, and dangerously effective. The rich don't always start businesses. Many times, they buy pieces of great ones. This is called equity in operating companies. Let's say a local business is thriving, a logistics company, a boutique marketing firm, or a thriving e-commerce brand. Instead of building a competing business from scratch, the wealthy offer capital in exchange for equity. Now they own a percentage of that business, and they start earning distributions, profits, and long-term appreciation, without working in the business at all. They're not CEOs, they're silent partners with loud returns. Here's a metaphor to remember this. Imagine a high-performance Ferrari. You don't build it, you don't drive it, but you own a chunk of it. And every time it wins a race, you get paid. That's how the wealthy think. Kiyosaki says, the rich understand that ownership, not labor, builds wealth. So instead of grinding 80 hours a week to build something new, they buy into success and let operators do what they do best, operate. It's quiet wealth, and it scales faster than any side hustle ever could. Asset number 1, trusts and foundations, from income to immortality. Let's be brutally honest. It's one thing to make money, it's another thing to keep it. But it's a whole different level to ensure your wealth outlives you, that your children's children inherit not just money, but power, protection and purpose. That's what trusts and foundations are for, and this is where the 1% go from rich to eternal. Trusts. A trust is like a financial vault, designed to protect, preserve and direct your wealth exactly how you want, even after you're gone. You can place your real estate, businesses, investments and cash inside a trust. Then you assign a trustee to manage it and distribute wealth according to your plan. Want your child to get money for college, but not a Lamborghini at 18? The trust enforces that. Want your family to avoid estate taxes, legal battles and greedy hands? The trust handles that. It's like setting up a GPS for your money, so it always arrives where it's supposed to, without detours. Foundations. Now let's talk legacy. The ultra-rich don't just give to charity, they create their own. Private foundations allow you to fund your own charitable mission, employ your family members, deduct large amounts in taxes, and grow the funds inside through investments. Think about that. You create a foundation, you fund it, take a tax deduction, invest the money, pay your family to run it, and change the world on your terms. This isn't just giving back, it's buying back control of how your wealth shapes the world. Kiyosaki puts it best. True wealth is not measured in dollars, it's measured in impact. Trusts and foundations ensure that your impact outlasts your lifespan. It's not about being remembered, it's about being felt for generations. The rich play a different game. Now so can you. Let's get something clear. You don't need to be born into wealth. You don't need millions to start. You just need to start thinking like the 1%, one asset at a time. Robert Kiyosaki doesn't preach saving your way to wealth. He teaches you to build assets that produce income, protect your time, and expand your legacy. So ask yourself, are you going to keep working for money, or start owning what prints it? Comment below, I own assets. Let me know you're serious about flipping the script on your financial future. And if you're hungry for more, tap into the next video. A complete step-by-step wealth blueprint for beginners, based on the rich dad principles no one taught you in school. Subscribe for more nuggets like this. Hit the bell. Step into the mindset of the financially free, because your future self is already waiting. And guess what? They're proud of you for starting now. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you.